But hey man, we trying to figure out what's really going on. Man, here Whack 100 tell y'all what's going on.
That nigga
Yeah,
Chris
yeah.
Brown out of control, bro. That nigga gonna run into the. Remember I told y'all this. He gonna run into the wrong squad. It's gonna be about 10 niggas dead on the spot.
Damn, Chris Brown.
That nigga then he took off on my boy in London, drunk and high. Now he took off on Usher, and Usher was hosting his birthday party because he went off on Teyana Taylor, called her a bunch of bitches. Usher
I
tried to
remember.
talk to her, and they took off on him.
You don't remember?
There you have it, man. You heard the OG Whack telling everybody what really happened in Vegas, man. It's crazy, man. Just like he said, man, Chris Brown been off the chain lately, sniffing, you know what I'm saying? And it's just hard to say what's really going on. So y'all just stay prepared. More gonna come out, and I guarantee I'm gonna give it to you.
What's up, fam? It's your boy Heaven Hollywood back on IE Network. This is the Heaven Hollywood Report, and let's get to it. So we're coming back on. Remember, I threw it out there a few hours ago when I saw it picking up some legs. There was news the story got broke by Hollywood Unlocked. They was the first to report it that Chris Brown and Usher got into an altercation in Vegas after a birthday party that Usher hosted for Chris Brown, or through the party for Chris Brown, the roller skating party. So Usher, I'm going to assume, because he's the one that's doing the roller skate stuff, he hosted a roller skating party for Chris Brown. Now, they said that Chris was heavily drunk, intoxicated, and maybe something else, who knows, but definitely intoxicated. Teyana Taylor was there. Chris Brown was trying to speak with Teyana Taylor. Teyana Taylor was ignoring Chris Brown. Allegedly, Chris Brown asked Teyana Taylor to get out. He didn't want her there. Now these two have a history. They go back to allegedly threesomes. When he was with Carucci. Allegedly sexual escapades. That's the reason why her and Rihanna got into it back in the day. All right, she's always been Team Chris Brown. Her and Usher has been the biggest Chris Brown cheerleaders. So they're saying that it had something to do with the American Music Award performance that got canceled. The word is that Usher was trying to talk to her. He is still upset that she allegedly canceled the performance. She was supposed to perform with him, not Sierra. She was supposed to perform with him. Or maybe Sierra was supposed to perform one song. Maybe Teyana was supposed to perform another song with him. That was the Michael Jackson tribute, I believe. So now, according to what they were saying is, he was pissed off at Teyana still because she canceled out. And he feels as though that's the main reason why the American Music Awards canceled the performance. Now, hold on now. When this whole thing was going on, there was this whole racial thing. Remember, there was news first that, the Jacksons didn't want Chris to perform Michael stuff. Then they were saying that, the American Music Awards felt funny about Chris Brown because of his allegations and his recent troubles. They were saying all these things were the reasons why he couldn't perform. Now we're hearing that Teyana Taylor dropped out of the performance, and Chris Brown believes that that's the main reason of why they canceled. But that's not what they were saying months ago. They were trying to paint this narrative. Chris Brown and everybody feeling sorry for him. They're trying to paint this narrative that the American Music Awards didn't want Chris Brown to do it. So now he's saying that, allegedly he's mad at Teyana Taylor still. You can see the footage, and you can see in the photographs that Teyana's in the corner with her head down. Now, according to WAC 100, he said that Chris Brown was calling Teyana Taylor everything but a child of God, all sorts of bitches, and he wanted her to leave. He probably wanted Usher to leave. This may be where the whole thing about coward came in, because he probably said, you don't want to kick her out, or you're a coward, or something along those lines, if he said that. But then afterwards, allegedly Usher took his skates off, and after Chris left and went over to, I guess Chris came in a party bus, because he had an entourage allegedly. He came with a bus, full of people. They said that allegedly Usher took his skates off and went back out to confront Chris. Like, what's going on? What's wrong with you? How are you going to come at me like that, of all people? He may have, wanted to talk to Chris. Was allegedly lit. And they're saying that he went out to Chris's bus, and that's when it went left. Now, we still have not confirmed, Usher is out there at the festival. Remember, him and Chris Brown are supposed to be performing at the same festival. Usher's out there. His face, there's no mess up on his face, but he sure hasn't said anything about it didn't happen. So, obviously, it probably did happen. You see, this is why I say, all tea and gossip is alleged until it's confirmed. So something definitely happened, because Teyana Taylor was there. Somebody had to say, told me on social media, Teyana Taylor wasn't even there. So that's a lie. Teyana Taylor was there, and you can clearly see them, because you can hear Chris saying, F this, F you, get the F. Like, you can hear 3 different Fs, but the music is up so loud you really can't tell what he's saying. He's either saying F out of here, or get the F off me, or something like that. And then you see Chris roll away, and then Usher come behind him like, yo, let me talk to you, or something like that. Now, if any of this is true, that Usher got jumped, or Usher even fought Chris Brown fought Usher. First of all, if they fought one-on-one, I think Usher is like trained at boxing. I know Chris got hands, but Usher might knock Chris out, especially if he's drunk. So I believe it would have to be a jump. Usher is known to have them hands. Ask Bobby Brown. Similar situation years ago when Bobby approached Usher about Whitney, and Usher gave him a 2-piece and a biscuit and threw him in some yoke hole, and Bobby couldn't get out. He was drunk. All these Brown boys be drunk and out of control. Chris Brown, we already know, we seen him. We seen, Whack 100 said he turned loose on somebody in London, and now here it is, he turned loose on Usher, and Usher was hosting his party. Everybody can't be lying on Chris. If this is true, if the allegations of him jumping Usher, and a lot of times people say, oh, if I don't see footage, it's another. You have to remember something. It could be a while before you see footage. Or Usher could say, you know what? I don't want that out. Don't nobody put that footage out. I'll pay you to keep it quiet or what have you, because they don't want to blow it up and they don't want to make a scene. Usher's probably saying, I'm okay, so no harm, no foul. Brothers fight. That's what I can see Usher saying, trying to still protect Chris. But Chris Brown is pissed off at Teyana Taylor, and I'm gonna ask G to look deeper into that story, because they have a history. So I'm not so sure it was only about the American Music Awards. Maybe Chris wants to rekindle some of those old flames, and Teyana's like, no, I'm married now, I'm good. And plus, you've been on one. That's what they're saying. She was saying, you on one today. You've been on one lately. That's what Teyana Taylor said to him, allegedly. You've been on one lately. You out of line. This is not the time nor the place. And Chris Brown allegedly said, B, this is my party. You telling me it ain't the time nor the place. Matter of fact, get the F out. And, Usher stepped in like, come on, Chris, this, that, and the other. Usher, I'm surprised that he only really invited Teyana Taylor because she's close with Chris. Usher was still kind of tight at Teyana Taylor, but Usher's a forgiving guy. I don't know if he's still tight with her from the performance remember when he was running behind her trying to do the performance of not Naughty Girl, but What You Know About Her, Supermodel. Remember he had her performing and she was running, talking about pointing to her ring finger. Like, girl, If you don't get off this stage, so, but Usher is probably forgiving her since then. He had her at the party, and he's trying to tell Chris, hey, don't be, you shouldn't be, walking up on her, doing that, yelling and talking to her like that. And allegedly, Chris called him a coward, told him to get the F off, get out, got his way or whatever. Chris left. Usher, Usher means a lot to Chris. I mean, Chris means a lot to Usher. Usher loves Chris Brown. He just gave him his flowers on the stage. Said, we love you. You're a genius. You're brilliant. You're a legend. So we're going to find out more to come. Because like I said, we did the same thing with Hollywood Unlocked. Hollywood Unlocked is hit and miss, and so is Whack 100. But it has to be something, and we was the first to let y'all know. And we said we wanted to make sure that an altercation happened. I did some calling, I checked, I made sure Teyana Taylor was even in the building. She was. So something happened. We're going to find out more information. But if this is true, if he jumped or had Usher jump, I'm done with Chris Brown. And I've been a big Chris Brown supporter. So we're going to wait and see what happens. It's your boy Heaven Hollywood for the IE Network.